Welcome back once again to the Elden Ring Firebomb Challenge. Now, it's been a little while since we've actually done any work on the run, but I have some renewed vigor for a couple of reasons. Whoops, wrong button. That's hilarious. Let's dust the old rust off, why don't we? Now, in our last video, we did a little bit of testing. Went into our testing profile that I kind of amped up all the way, not just with all the damage and the stats where we want them, but also for purposes of like testing, really testing whether something's possible or not. So turning off collision, turning off my hitbox, so they were just sitting there wailing on the space that I should have occupied. And that gave us a little bit of opportunity to test a few things. I got pretty discouraged. First of all, grinding is cringe. Just hard stop. That's discouraging. So when I have to do a lot of grinding, lots of grinding is extra cringe. So that was disheartening. The other thing that was pretty disheartening was, in order to cope with that, of course I can't just play a game normally. I like this game, and I've been playing a normal run through, but I like a challenge run. That's really what gets me going. So, in order to keep that flame alive, I was doing a crossbow run, and that's fun, super fun. Still not done with it. Still will continue it. It's a good time. It doesn't have sort of it's not as crazy as this run. It's really just a matter of kind of brute forcing my way through things. The animations aren't nearly as punishing as they are in this one, where you can't roll cancel out of anything. Everything is a super long wind up. That's been tough. So after this, that was like totally doable. But something that I discovered was I went into Fire Giant. Actually, I don't think I've beaten the Fire Giant with that guy yet. But I was looking at the damage I was doing, and I was thinking there's no way in hell that 20 ritual pots, 10 cracked pots is going to be able to do enough damage. And so it was really, really discouraging. So I kind of put it down for a while, and I just did some more work on the crossbow run, and life got busy for a while, so stepped away. And when I came back, I said, I can't just put down this run. First of all, sunk cost fallacy. I put so much into this run, I don't want to just abandon it without really knowing. So that's why I fired up the old tester profile last time. Because I really wanted to know, is it possible? And the results were not just like mathematically, yes, technically I can do it. It was actually super encouraging. We're definitely going to have to use rot, and as previously mentioned, grinding is cringe, and cheating is based, and really makes me want to go back to the policy of like, okay, well technically you can grind these forever, so let me just give myself a billion of them. But sunk cost fallacy is going to just come clutch again. I have made it this far. I am going to make it all the way. Let's do one more lap of that. Get some nice some fire bombs. Yeah, so that was really good. I'm still of the thought that I'm not going to use that jar cannon that I picked up a couple videos ago. Yeah, that I'm pretty much saying right now I don't think we're gonna use it. I also don't think we're gonna use the soul jars of fortune. We're still gonna do the whole Alexander thing. That's fun. For the plot. Like I've stated before, he's really not all that helpful, though it's not like a huge boon to have him there with you. It doesn't affect the run that much. And yeah, so we're gonna do that. But I made one more little discovery that revitalized the run a little bit. I saw a video about the consumables, because I have never, like a lot of people who play games, I have a crippling syndrome of not ever using consumable items. Always saving them for the next boss, always saving them for the bigger target around the corner. And I think that I can't speak for everybody, but most people who have that kind of pathology have an example as to like, well, one time I didn't do that, and this is how it screwed me. For me, it was Half-Life 2. I was Half-Life 1, excuse me, Half-Life 1. I was playing it, and I got to what really looked like a final boss. Like, this looks like a big final boss, big dude, right? So I unload, and in that game, it's one of those old school 90s FPSs where they give you just a huge array of weapons, and I just unload everything. I had been hoarding so many different weapons. I was so ready, and so I unloaded everything, all the rocket launchers, all the best stuff, and it wasn't the final boss. And then I went into the final boss, and I had to fight the final boss with what is essentially a pea shooter, like the pistol and like the first shotgun ammo was the only thing I had left, and it was miserable. It was so miserable trying to fight the final boss like that. This was, yeah, I'd say this was probably before my challenge running had blossomed. And so, like, to me, that was my moment of, like, never again. I'm never doing that again. I'm gonna save consumables. And so, you know, what's the answer? What have I done instead? I just fight every boss like that now. In every game, I don't ever use a consumable. So, yeah. My policy kind of is, especially in these FromSoft games. Again, I kind of got burned early on with the humanities system in the first Dark Souls game, DS1. And like using it, and then like, oh wait, there's just no more, and there's not really a way to get more. And the internet being what it was at the time, there wasn't just like let me just go to the wiki and find the optimal spot to farm and none of that. So I used the humanities, and I burned through them like all on the Capra Demon. And I did that like consistently because I was like, I'm sure that this is affecting my stats somehow. Like I feel weaker when I'm all hollow, And of course, not really true. DS2 did that to you, but DS1 didn't do that to you. The only real disadvantage is that you can't summon allies. Oh, I do have that, yeah. Yeah, so it's, so, long story short, essentially let me check some things real quick. I have no idea what our status is with, like, items and stuff. Let's see, we have we have chicken feet, we just don't have silver fireflies. Let's go fix that. That's in one of these, that cave? Yeah, that cave. Yeah, so, like, in Dark Souls games, I've typically been like, oh, it's a consumable item? Okay, then I will never use it, because if I ever use it, I will become, dependent on it, and then I will just, that way lies pain and death. So yeah, so it's kind of cool because this run has really forced me to, god dang it, okay, the muscle memory is bad. I've been playing Dave the Diver, and I keep pressing the button for collecting items in that game. Talk about a casual game. Oh, 18,000 runes. That's okay. I'll come back for them. I'll kill these beasties. I want to do another lap for fireflies anyway. Yeah, I've been playing. You want to talk about a casual game? That's like the most casual game that has ever existed. Now, why am I holding? What am I holding right now? What ritual pots am I holding? 7. Item crafting. Oh, it's because I'm not pressing down, I'm pressing up. That's why I wasn't crafting all of them at the same time. Again, the muscle memory is not there right now. Yep, that's doing damage like I want it to. Yeah, that's I would actually recommend Dave the Diver. It is like the most chill, casual game I've ever played. It's like the opposite of this game. Uh-oh. Yep, I did it again. That one was... Oop. This one is... Ah! Okay. I guess you're gonna need one of these. There you go. There we go. But still, why is it 7? Oh, I ran out of mana. That's why I couldn't throw. I thought I couldn't throw because I was out of the item. I was out of mana. Okay. Shaking off the rest. Shaking off the rest. Yeah, fun game. Dave the Diver. Little casual game. It's like every little casual game you have ever played all rolled into one. It's kind of impressive how many different mechanics they like shoved into this game. It's almost schizophrenic in its mentalities. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Really, just the thing when you're like burnt out of a FromSoft challenge run. Just what the doctor ordered. I'm used to coming back here to buy bolts. That's hilarious. I don't buy bolts from you in this run. No, no. Okay. Okay. I gotta focus. Gotta focus. The other thing that I discovered, I was watching a video about the consumables, and he was just talking about some he was like ranking all the consumables and he was talking about each one. It was very useful. And again, I don't use consumables, so it's good. These runs have forced to reconsider. So, what I noticed is that I come on, come back. Sorry, I had to Google something. What I noticed was that there is definitely something that's not a pot that is still a firebomb. There are two things, really. And so I'm going to go acquire the ability to go buy one of them. Now, there's a bunch of little kind of rocks in this game that you can throw, and they have various effects. Some of them are very questionable whether they are firebomb, but at least one of them is very definitely a firebomb. The explosive stone. It's a rock, you throw it, it explodes, it deals fire damage. To me, that's a firebomb. Now, the damage isn't great. It's okay. It's not like one of our firebombs. It's not even like one of our basic fire pots. It scales like a firebomb. There's no other elements. But you can carry 20 of them. So it's a lot more. It's not a ton of DPS. It's actually a major DPS hit. But it is wrong way. Wrong way. It is more damage I can bring into a fight. And just that idea made me really excited. And I wanted to test, like, you know, the fire giant things, and the fire giant, I won't even need to do it, because it's fire damage. Fire giant takes very little fire damage. He takes half fire damage, so we're not going to use it on him. I don't think we'll need to. But it's going to be nice to have something else in the, let's see. No! Okay. Definitely have to get that muscle memory back. Maybe I'll just respec my controls to Dave the Diver so I don't have to deal with this again. Yeah. So we need the smithing stone bell bearing that is in here. It's like, I think that's it? Down here? I think this is it. I don't think we have to fight anyone for it. Yeah. So this allows us to buy those from the maidens, the twin maidens. And that's all we came here for. So you buy those, and you can carry 20 of them. You can store like 600 or something like that. And that is going to change. So it just gives me a little bit more breathing room. Makes me feel better about the run, especially at the end when we're gonna be doing fire. So it'll scale for strength like a firebomb. So it'll do well in that build. It won't do well in this build right now. My strength is very low. But it's something, you know. Now there's two other items that are sort of, other than there's a stone clump, and then you can't buy the stone like There's a stone rock and then there's a stone clump. You can't buy the clump, you have to farm it. Those are definitely both firebombs. There's a couple more items too. Um, oh, that's so funny. We killed him so long ago for the gimp helmet. Okay, so you will see. Actually, I'll spend my runes to buy too. 300. 300 for one of these. Get 60. There we go. Now we got these sort of in the pocket. We don't have to spend FP to throw them. We could just throw them. That's nice. You could carry 20 at a time. So that gives us 20 cracked pots, 20 explosive stones, 10, I believe, explosive stone clumps, and 10 ritual pots. And that's a whole lot more, and I like that. And it's definitely in the spirit of the firebomb run. Whereas I was making my decisions like, well, what am I going to add if I have to add something? I'd rather stay in the spirit of the run and not the letter of like a jar, like the jar cannon, the Jardians. I'd rather stay in the spirit, and I think the explosive stones are definitely more in the spirit of the run. Let's go to the Grand Cloister, I think. Yeah, I think that's where we're headed. The other two like types of these, one of them you crack it and it it makes like a bunch of little glintstone pebble spells that zoom at the guys. That does not feel like a fire pot. That does not feel like a throwable explosive fire bomb. So I don't like that one. The other one's the gravity one, and you throw it and then an explosion happens like from the ground up. And that's borderline. I don't know about that one, so we'll see. Now, let's again dust off some of the rust. We're gonna get ourselves some scarlet rot. We're going to hit probably the jelly shroom shield. We're gonna need the right setup here. This is the wrong setup. What the hell is this setup? We need Fire Scorpion Charm. What the hell is this? What was I fighting? Oh, because these do fire. Okay. And that does Faith. Okay. So we don't need the Feathered Branch Sword right now. And we don't need... We were not going to take any damage from anything other than the rot, so that won't be a problem. This is nice. Why don't we just throw some more health on us? I don't think this is gonna help because I think this just stops the buildup of the rot, and we're gonna let the rot build up. So, okay, this is our first attempt, 265. We also have a nice way of selling our runes now because we'll just go buy more stone clumps. Well, we might consider that gravity fan later too. That's another thing. We just we get a smithing stone, and then we like come out from, or we go give it to them, and then we can buy them. Here we go. And then I'll have to use my silver scarab once we get close. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. It's been a while. I'd love... Oh god, what the hell? Okay, wasn't even looking at my health. Not even remotely looking at my health. The rust is strong, people. The rust is strong. So that cost us a silver chicken foot. Why don't we do a dry run, at least one dry run without popping a silver chicken foot, because that was embarrassing. Yeah, that was super duper embarrassing. Let's see, some other things I discovered in testing. The blood pots kind of suck. The guy has to just sit there for a second to take all of it, and even the fire giant he moves too much. Like, he sways around with his body. And that's enough to screw that whole thing up. Oh, how about this? Did I configure the sippy? Yeah, I did. See? My past self is so smart. So good at this game. Definitely not just, like, activating Rot and then casting the wrong spell to get it off of me. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're not gonna pop a silver chicken foot this time. And I'm gonna watch my health, and I'm gonna health pot here. And I already have Golden Vow up, that's kind of nice. That's the other thing I was gonna add. And another blue. Here we go. Yeah, that's the damage I want. One-shotting. I don't know if it's the Golden Vow. It's probably the pre-workout that's doing it. Ooh, did we get one? Hey, we got one. Good luck. And I don't care about Blight. I'm not as scared of Blight, I should say. Now we're gonna need another blue here, and a red, blue, and a red. And looks like this issuing of Scarlet Rot, and we're probably gonna need to craft some. Yeah. The muscle memories. We're dusting off the rust here. And let's see if I can still aim. Huh, not bad. The shield is definitely necessary. Shield buff. Because I do want to be one-shotting these. Did they get... No, these are just the flowers. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. That was so close. Okay. We're getting there. And then we're gonna do some of this. Let's see if we could get a double. Double! And another double. And... Uh-oh. I need, No, Death Blight, no Death Blight. God damn, that was close. Holy crap. Oh, jeez. Okay. And we almost missed out on a butterfly, and that would have been a cardinal sin. And now, we're not going to homeward bone. We're just going to, we could just travel, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, this video is definitely going to be all about dusting off the rust. Or shaking off the rust. Because that was embarrassing just now. That was even worse than dying the first time. The first time is like, oh, I forgot to watch a health bar. That was a cluster. Real Charlie Foxtrot out there. Trust me, I'm a professional. Yeah, I like the naked look. Also, why don't we just check in on what our situation is here? Rot pot. Oh, I have no toxic mushrooms. That's fun. So I have enough for 4 pots. I'd like to go in with 10. I'm no longer going to have the ego about Radon. Frankly, I think we're gonna go in there swinging magic pots. Oh, I don't want to get fireflies. Okay, let's talk more grind. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna use the chicken foot this time. Yeah, I'm not gonna have the thing where I'm gonna try and only beat him with Rot. I might come back and do it again, but I'm not. I'm abandoning that. I'm gonna use Rot because it's a really good tool to use against him. But oops, forgot this. But I'm done trying to do that. It's tough, and it's doable. It's definitely doable. Like you can look at the math. Because you could do this at rune level 1. The scaling doesn't change anything. God damn. Can I hit something, please? Red, blue. Okay, don't like spending so many. Ooh, our first explosive stone. Will do. And that's a butterfly! Hooray! Okay, and red pot. Blue pot. Flame pot. New pot. Haha, explosive stone is the new pot. Oh, that's good. That's going in the video. That's funny. I amuse myself. Nice. Oh, and just as I have my moment of triumph, hubris, flew too close to the sun. Yeah, I kind of want those runes. Red pot, blue pot, flame pot, new pot. I like that. I like that a lot. I guess we can disable that thing, because I'm not gonna be making any of those. Yeah, that's good. I might just end the video here, because, well, I should do a few rounds of grinding. I definitely should. I do have to pause to do some lifting, but we'll be pausing after each lap. So I'm gonna pause now, and then we'll pause again after the next lap. And we're back. So first we'll do that after. I'm not sure how much that golden vow is necessary, but we're gonna do it. I am going full on with the chicken foot this time. It's time. I am ready. Let's see. Kobe! Ho ho ho! Not bad. Blue? Too far. Red pot. Okay, that's one of them. One of the things the guy who did the consumables video was saying that the silver chicken feet are really not worth it. But the thing is that like a lot of these things he's like, oh no, that's not worth it. But it's not worth it in a normal playthrough. I am desperate. So I will take any buffs to my system that I can make. And then the gold chicken foot, same thing. He's like, you get enough runes throughout the game, you probably don't need him. And then again, I was like, well, that's nice for you, but some of us are hanging on by a thread. These challenge runs. It's like saying, oh, the jar helmet's not that good. Yeah, of course it's not that good. It's really good for me in this run. Uh-oh. I don't like what happened there. It's essentially just that, like, my doubles that I got didn't count. But I think there's one more in there. Uh-oh. Come on. Give it up. Okay, cool. I like how they will let you port even though you're dying of the Scarlet Rot. I think that's a little broken. Beware of death. Yeah, you don't say. Okay, that was a successful run. I'm happy. Took 3 minutes. That's important for my lifting purposes. So I'm going to run up here. There's no pausing this game. That is one thing that sucks about trying to lift while playing this game, is that pausing isn't a thing. but there's housekeeping to be done. Like that, and yeah, I usually rest 5 minutes between my sets. So yeah, 1895. Actually, you know what? Why don't we go back here? Oh yeah, hold on a sec. I'm gonna put you on pause, and then when I come back, I will have done another set of lifting, so cut you out of that. Okay, I haven't lifted yet, but I did want to see. So the Morn Tunnel is where we're gonna farm the. Yes, I know farming is cringe. The Morn Tunnel there is where we're going to farm the like bigger firebombs. We're gonna go down there just for a little break of pace. And that we'll see what we'll do a couple rounds of that just to see what we're dealing with. And muscle memory is still having some trouble. Also, where did I put the other? Oh, I hate it when Oh, that was for the last little detour we made. Okay, we ride along. No, we would definitely want to be tra-la-la-lally down in the valley for this one. The Morn Tunnel. This is one of those places that's good to grind for some smithing stones, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this way. There we go. We're not going up, but I like going up. Oh, is it there that I have to go? Oh, that's unfortunate. Uh-oh. That's also unfortunate. Okay, let's see if I can make it across to that side. Ooh, a Trina's lily. Also, I think in order to grind this last group of yeah, I could go down here. You know what? The Morn Tunnel is definitely not. Come on, activate. Okay, cool. It's definitely not up there, because that's like one of the few places that's like a one-way trip. Yeah, up there. And it's actually kind of cool. The kind of thing that's like, it's a trap, but it's just a trap because they understand how you're playing the game and like psychologically. I love traps like that, because they totally caught me in that one. Okay, yeah, Morn Tunnel. This is where we will grind for, and, oh, I mean, you'll give us old fangs, too, every once in a while. That's the miners. So I gotta figure out, it's the miners in this tunnel, I believe. So where are those are all the misbegotten. There's a miner, there's a miner. I'd love a nice clump of miners that are easy to get to. There's a bunch of them together, you know. The classic thing that you want. You know. Smithing stone. Not really what I was looking for. Smithing stone worker. Not a lot of smithing stone ones when we're done. Oh yeah. Here. You want some? There you go. Take your lumps. Oh god. Hate you guys. I hate you guys. I hate your moveset. I hate having to grind for old fangs. Hate it. Okay, this is not ideal. I mean, everyone's gonna get one-shotted because we're down here in the Weeping Peninsula. Okay, really feeling the animations on the throwing again. Oh, I'm almost dead. This is embarrassing. Dying in the Weeping Peninsula. Okay. But it was either going to be these guys or imps. Yeah. 18,000 ruins. God damn it. Okay, so this is like down here. Yeah, this is where I entered up there. I'm going to take a quick lifting break and we'll come back. Okay, so a little bit of a hitch. Turns out I suck. Let's see what an explosive stone does to these guys. Same animation, that's kind of good to know. Almost a one-shot kill, but not quite. Don't love that. Let's do a little free aim. Ooh, very nice. Now, will this drop kill me? And other famous last words. And then the other question is, will the explosive stones one-shot the miners? They're definitely not worth it because it's 300 for one of these. Yeah. And that's not 300 runes I just got from him, so we're definitely losing runes doing that. That's fine. Runes are fairly easy to come by. Especially with the bird grind being what it is. Totally gonna one-shot with these. I just have to get the drop on them, and then they're really not scary. Muscle memory is coming back. Stanching boluses, largely useless. Yeah, definitely, if you get the drop on them, they're not scary. But if they get a chance to get going on you, it is not fun. Hey asshole, come down here and say that to my face. There we go. Ah, an old fang. See, that's kind of fun. We'll be getting some old fangs while we do this. Which we will probably need at some point. Probably need to bring more blue than I'm carrying right now. If we're gonna use giant flame pots, which are just, I love giant flame pots. Ah! Okay. Explosive barrels are explosive. What worries me is that I've not gotten a single explosive clump yet. I've got an explosive stone. You know what? Just for the fun of it. Uh-oh. This is not going to be for the fun of it. In a minute. These aren't that bad. Oh, but I can only make one of them. I'm not built for this, but... Oh, and pretty sure you do a fetid pot, you poison yourself. Oh, I'm built for holy water. Who are you in there? If you're a Crystallian, there's no way I'm fighting you. Can't tell real well. Is it a magma worm? I can't tell what's in there. I don't want to fight it. I was gonna say, just for fun, let's go fight him. But honestly, that sounds like not a lot of fun. If it's like, first of all, if it's a Crystallian, just shoot me. Oh, hey, let's talk about Crystallians. We discovered some fun things about them last time around. So pots actually do stance damage. We found that out. You know how much stance damage? 3! 3 poise, 3 stance damage, or whatever you call it. That is depressing. So technically speaking, we could poise break them. It's rough. It's a lot easier just to rot them, and rotting them really does work. It's nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a miner in there. Oops. Switch over to explosive stone, and we'll just hit him with 2 of those. Honestly, that feels more like a fire pot than like, or like a fire bomb than the fire pot does sometimes. Cracked crystal, that's not what we need. I like the explosive stone as a fire bomb. I like it a lot. Kind of rough that I can't refill them mid-combat. I really wish I could. Or not mid-combat, but mid-dungeon. Outside of combat, but mid-dungeon, because they're not craftable. You can only buy them. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but again, it's supposed to be supplemental. It's not supposed to replace all of our previous work with pots. Would have been nice to know in the early game, though. But yeah, did I already get that guy? Yeah, wow. So that's it. That's the dungeon. Not a huge fan. I would love to come back with a different build, with a strength build and volcano pots, but them's the breaks, and I don't like that I didn't get any. That's rough. Okay, I need to like not have old fangs on me, because I will accidentally I will definitely accidentally make those. So how about I do this? How about I not just get rid of old fangs? Yeah, definitely don't refill that. But also smoldering butterflies. Yeah, I like that. And those are silver butterflies. I think that's what you want me to not have, yeah. I mean, if I might make one of those, and that's unfortunate, but okay. We're back to doing some more fire flowers. So, I'm going to go buy. Oops, get rid of that, and we're gonna head up. I'm gonna go buy more explosive stones because I've got 21,000 runes and nothing much to do with it. Yeah, see, my level ups are 100 grand a piece, so I mean I could grind some levels, but levels we dealt with this already. Levels aren't the problem that we need to fix. I mean more levels are always great, but and especially if we're gonna do in earnest like the fire giant. I'm gonna keep you on while I'm lifting because might as well. The fire giant is we're gonna be using rot, but it's not going to be an entirely rot base or a status effect based fight. I was thinking that originally it was going to be like bleed, poison, and rot, but realistically the bleed pots don't do they're not consistent enough at proccing a bleed to rely on them. And then I mean poison's okay. Poison's okay. It doesn't do great damage, and you need several to. After the first, I mean, we might do like 1 proc of poison, but I don't know how much of that was dependent on me having 99 arcane. Same with the bleed pot. You got to commit to a bleed build if you're gonna do a status build. I mean, let's see. Wait, how
many do I have? I have 98. Yeah, that's not bad. Ice is great. Rot is great because they're not dependent on arcane, but bleed and poison are. So you got to commit to it. Arcane's fun. Don't get me wrong, especially if this farming grinding thing I'm doing would be a lot better if I had 99 arcane, but I don't. So I get by. Oh, I forgot. I should be wearing this when I'm grinding because this gives me arcane. And I should... Oh, there's no talisman for arcane. There's not a lot else to put in. There's, yeah. Anyway. That's that. Oh, definitely don't want those. I'm gonna discard that, actually. I don't want those. Don't want those. Don't want those. I'm going to discard them. Okay. Yep. Feel like we're getting the rust pretty well off. Or I don't think we're gonna do an attempt on anybody today. Oh, another thing we can do is go pick up some Aeonium butterflies that I found out about. There's a... Oh, there might be a guy who sells me some. I'll have to look that up later. But there's definitely a bunch hanging out in the swamp. The nice rot swamp, the one that's in Kaled, that I didn't know about. And so we'll go pick those up and see where that puts us. See if we're ready to do... I think the next time I do Radon, I'm going to do a little bit of like testing and again, getting the rust off. Where I just go in there with some, I don't know, probably volcano pots. Not intending to... Doing a little learning. First you learn, then you win. Because just getting reacquainted with using pots and not wasting my rot pots on attempts like that. Like, I've done the learning, but I think I need to relearn. I think I need to go back for a refresher. In the first you learn, then you win. The main strategy with Radon is going to be rot pots, like procs of rot, plus magic pots. Same with Fire Giant. And then we're probably going to respec out of magic. Maybe Moog. We might do Moog. Like big Moog. And I am... Unfortunately, we are going to have to do Moog for purposes of unlocking the DLC that we will have to do eventually, like doing the DLC, because there's a giant fire pot, and I want it, and I assume that they won't let me have it until I actually go into the DLC, and that means, I mean, this is still, technically speaking, this is speculation, but with it being, the whole thing being about Mikola, and Mikola being, like, literally sitting there locked behind Moog, I would say having to beat Moog is fairly, a fairly safe bet. I've heard that Radon is also required to unlock the DLC. Again, I'm fairly certain that's all speculation at this point. I'm not sure what the lore reason of that might be. It might be something having to do with the stars need to be moving, and he's like holding the stars still right now while he's alive. So maybe that's why. purely speculation. But it's nice that to know that like my effort in doing Radon, even though I really did need to do it on my own for purposes of oh, I get Smoldering Butterfly there too. I'll be fine. For purposes of getting the Jar Helmet, I definitely needed to do Radon. So it's nice to know that that effort will also go towards updating the DLC for me. Now, one other thing, or another thing that I wanted to talk about the last video was, for the astute observer, he might have noticed that, oh my god, you did your calculations and you're off. You did your math wrong. Why? I did the whole thing while I was holding the Jar Talisman. It's an extra 20%, and the way that stacks or buffs stack in this game, it's more than an extra 20%. I realized it after. I just realized it. I was just sitting there going like, oh my god, I never took that off. It's fine. We were well over, like, within another like 30% gap. Like, we could have eaten another 30% gap. And I was able to do the damage I needed to do without perfect optimization, without doing like a Lord of Blood Exaltation talisman setup. You know, White Mask, Vare, Lord of Blood Exaltation thing. I never have even touched the Kindred of Rot Exaltation stuff, which is another source of damage boosting that we could do. We're gonna be fine. A lot of the damage is going to come from Rot anyway, and that's not affected by anything. And what I was able to do is, to be fair, fairly beefed up and invincible. I was able to beat him with just 20 regular magic pots. Just that. That doesn't include any ritual pots. That doesn't include any explosive rocks, which are small damage to him, true, but like that's not bad. And that's with minimal buffing. You know, the normal pre-workout, hyper mode type buffing, hyper mode, Golden Vow, and Flame Grant Me Strength. Because we're not going to be able to do Howl of Shabriri. It's not going to work in there. And Jellyfish Shield, you know. So yeah, we'll be alright. I didn't test it explicitly, but I'm confident. And, you know, there's got to be a little bit of mystery left in life, right? Can he do it? Is he just wasting his time? Are they going to look back later and go, he didn't know there was a brick wall that's not just a brick wall, but an absolute stop on the run? It's kind of fun that way. Keep some mystery alive in life. Yeah, we're gonna do maybe 1 or 2 more laps of this, and then we'll do a little bit of exploring of the Lake of Rot, and then I think we're gonna call it there. Good exercise to shake the dust off, shake the rust off. Dusty, rusty. Oh, I'm in combat. No, oh my god. Okay, well, if that's not an indication that I need to stop, then I don't know what is. 3,000 runes, I don't count it. It's fine. That counter is probably going to stay at, what is it, 232 forever. And how many do we have left? 80. So that's enough for 40 more pots. So so I have 50 total. That's not bad. Let's yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit of running around and then I'll end it here again so that I know to go get my runes. If you know, whatever. Get some more flowers, really. The flowers are more important. Yeah, so just around this area, there is because this is where Niles, you fight baby Niles. Yeah, see? Look at that. Look at that. Bountiful. harvest of Aeonian butterflies. I'll be needing them for my other run too, to make the rot arrows, the rot bolts. Did I already have this one? Yeah, I did not. So it's mainly just that little lump, but we're gonna do like a quick lap and just see what we're missing. Because there's a bunch just hanging around, and how irritating these things are to farm, it's worth, like, it is worth checking out. We're over here by Celia. No, this isn't Celia. Is this Celia? I forget the names of stuff. Didn't have this grace either. I don't... This is a challenge run. It's not a, like, explore stuff and poke your head into the nooks and crannies run. Rotten stray ashes. Those guys are actually super powerful. They're super beefy. They can apply rot very nicely. Rune arc. There's another source of damage if we need it. There's rune arcs, and you know, compared to some of the other stuff we have to farm, it actually wouldn't be the end of the world to have to farm rune arcs. The fact that you only need one per attempt instead of like the 30 of other items that I need per attempt. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Yeah. I'm not scared of you flowers. I don't even know what this is. But I would be upset if I left it and didn't know that it wasn't a butterfly, or 50 butterflies. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice. Nope, there's nowhere that's that easy. The best place to get them is the place that we already cleaned out, the abandoned tunnel, or the secret tunnel, or whatever it's called. Secret tunnel! We're gonna pick this up. If we ever need to cast spells, it's good to have. We might cast Terra Magica someday. So I'll just get it now. So we're here. It's an easy enough pickup. Yeah, after that pickup and then the ones that are like just hanging out in the Lake of Rot, there's no more easy butterflies. But we'll do a lap. Definitely people who are like super good at this game, who get good, would have a much easier time with this run because they won't have to grind for stuff. Because pretty much everything that I do, like the really bad grinding that I've had to do, has been because, you know, the game will be like, okay, here's 10 of this, like, good luck. And I'm like, well, that's not gonna cut it, because that's, you know, that's a nice introductory sampler to me doing something, but I need like 1,000 in order to have a chance at actually successfully doing this. So people who are good, or people who like actually, well, like say they're good before and then they just train to be good enough, they learn the timings and stuff of the pots, they could definitely do this a lot easier. And they wouldn't have to do the thing like, oh, well, I can't do rot pots, I can't do Radon, because first I have to do Moog under the capital to unlock the Lake of Rot. Oh, actually, that's a bad example, but because you need that just to get the recipe to the rot pots. I could have sworn there's some in Celia here, but oh my god, frames are just gone. The frames are gone. There's one. No, 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 I want that butterfly. I want that butterfly. Okay. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. That's fine. I'm okay with this. I lost those runes, but I forfeited those runes before anyway. So yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna go over to the mountaintop giants to remind me about what I'm doing. Uh, yeah, sure. Go with the stake. Do a few more laps of that. Let's see where we're at with rot pots. Oh, we have to get the mushrooms for the rot pots, but oh, we got enough butterflies for 15. That's good. And then yeah, we'll do a little bit of relearning of Radon. We'll beat him. We'll get our jar helmet, and we'll move on with the run. Then I think the next target, really. I don't think we're gonna fight the Crystallians. We can, but I don't think we're gonna fight them because Terra Magica. I got it for purposes of fighting Fire Giant. Almost useless. It's hard to get that thing on the ground and still fight him while you're standing on it. We might, but that's a hard might. Um, yeah, then we're gonna do Fire Giant, and then after that we're gonna get the Talisman. That's gonna be another big boost, and that's the last damage boost we get. We get the helmet, 20%. We get the Talisman. I think it's another 20%. That's it. That's your lot. The build is done. Um, and yeah. So after that we will. I mean, really, after that, let's go through it. It's Beast Clergyman, or Malekith rather, Malekith, and then um, Gideon doesn't count. Gideon's gonna be a pushover, and then uh, Horalu, or Godfrey and Horalu, which is one fight, one long fight, and then Radagon and the Elden Beast, and that's it. That's the game. That's the base game, at least. We're within reach. We're well within reach here. So, um, before I give up on Elden Beast 2, I'll do another set of testing of like, hey, like turn off my hitbox and see what the situation is. All right. Well, thank you for watching me fail at Elden Ring very badly, and I will catch you next time.